the delay by using for loop, okay, nested for loop. There are many ways, but for specific duration, for a specific 2.5 millisecond or 3.4 millisecond, if I want to generate, I can generate with the help of the timer which is available in 8051. Okay, so we know that timers are of two, that is T0 and T1. Okay, so these are our 16-bit timers available, and they have the registers like TH and TL, which is respectively to hold the datas. Okay, and in addition to that, we having some SFR, special function registers, which will do only a specific job. Here, when we are dealing with timers, we are having T mode register and TCON register. T mode is mainly used to set your timer mode. Okay, which timer you want to select, in which mode you want to select, and how we are going to controlling your timer, whether you are using software instruction or whether you are using hardware control. So everything is been available in T mode. And then TCON. What is the use of TCON register is how we are going to when you are going to start your timer, and we have to keep on monitoring whether that timer is completed the work or not. Okay, that features are present in TCON. Okay, then here comes the procedure, how we are going to make your delay program. So suppose in this scale, we can able to generate a square wave, or you can make your port pin blinking with the help with specific delay. Okay, so suppose if you are going to generate a square wave will have a high pulse and then a delay and then low pulse a delay. Okay, so it will be keep on repeated at regular interval. Suppose if you generate here, there will be a high pulse, and then same there will be a low pulse. Okay, if this specific duration is keep on repeated at the after regular intervals, we'll getting a square wave. Okay, suppose we can see. So it seems to be a square wave, okay, which will have a high pulse and low pulse, and it is repeated after a specific delay value. Okay, this is what we are going to achieve in this program. And when you are doing in a hardware, we'll be able to see with our CRO. When you are using Keil, it is possible to view with our logical analyzer. I'll explain where to see the output. Okay, here comes then flowchart. So here we will be selecting your timer and its specific mode by using T mode register. Okay, so which timer and which mode. In this we are specifically dealing with 16-bit mode. Okay, and then as I told you already, it should be high for some duration. Okay, so we have to select a port, a specific pin, or the entire port also will be using, and we have to make it high. Make it high means giving one value. Okay, and then we have to call a delay. Okay, and then send a low value, then calling a delay. What do you mean by this concept is, here high value are sending and you're calling some delay. Okay, for the same delay it will be high only, and then low value you're sending, for a specific delay the same low value is maintained. Okay, so this is what we are achieving in this square wave generation. Okay, whenever delay program is called, this delay subroutine will be executed. So what it is in the delay subroutine is, you have to load your timer registers, okay, using TH and TL. So suppose in the calculation I have taken the value for 5 millisecond. So for 5 millisecond, what is the respective count value? Okay, that hexa value should be loaded into this registers. Okay, I'll show the count calculation part at the end. And then we have to start the timer by using TR register. So then the step is, we have to keep on monitoring the timer overflow flag. Okay, so when this timer overflow flag will set to 1 is whenever it reach the final value, and then it will roll back to 0000. Okay, so your final value is double F double F. Okay, double F double F will be loaded to 0000. At that point, your timer overflow flag will set to 1. Okay, once it is raised to 1, what we have to do, we should clear this 2 bits. Okay, these 2 bits are available in your TCON register, TR and TF. Okay, normally our last instruction of your subroutine will be written. Okay, in your assembly program we'll be using RET. In C, we need not use that because it is written as a subroutine. Usually, when the last instruction is executed, it will directly go back to your main program only. But when you are writing your assembly language, you will be writing the last instruction as RET. Okay, so when RET is executed, it will go back to your main program. Okay, so this program is keep on repeated under the status of while loop, so that I will be getting a square wave pulse repeatedly. Okay, next comes so this is your circuit diagram, pin diagram, whatever it may be. So here I am just going to develop a square wave output in port 1, pin number 0. Okay, so I should keep on generating a square wave. Okay, so this is your circuit diagram, and then here comes how we are going to calculate the delay. Okay, so in the question, a delay will be given. You generate a square wave for 1 millisecond, 2 millisecond can be the question. That delay value you have to divide it by 1.085 microsecond. So we know that how we got this 1.085 microsecond. So here it is the formula. Okay, so this is how we got 1.085 microsecond. This will result one decimal value. Okay, that decimal value we have to subtract from 65,536. Okay, usually 65,535 is the decimal equivalent of double F double F, but we have to add one more 65,536 because we need one pulse in order to go back to 0000. Okay, so only it is 65,536. Okay, the count value whatever we got in the first step is subtracted from 65,536. Okay, and then the difference, the answer should be converted into hexadecimal, and then that is what we have to load into your timer register. So we know that two timer registers available, TH and TL. So if you are using timer 0, it is TL0, TH0. If you are using timer 1, it is TL1 and TH1. Okay, here an example I have given. They ask you to generate the delay of 5 milliseconds. So what is the first step I have to do? 5 milliseconds should be divided by 1.085 microsecond. It is resulting my answer as 4608. Okay, this 4608 should be subtracted from 65,536 and it results in 60928. And then following the third step, the value which you got from the step 2 should be converted into hexadecimal. So when you convert this into hexadecimal, the answer I got is double 0. So this is my higher byte and this is my lower byte. So TH is equal to double and TL is equal to 00. So this is the value you have to load into this step here. Load the count in TH and TL so that your square wave can be generated with 5 millisecond on time and 5 millisecond off time. And then further, I want to show you the format for the TCON and T mode. So this is your T mode structure where the lower two bits are assigned for your mode, and then C bar T bar defines whether you are using counter or whether you are using timer, and gate specifies how you are controlling. Okay, whether it is controlled via software or whether it is controlled via hardware. Okay, and then this here comes your TCON register. In TCON, we are more concerned about the higher nibble. Okay, the higher nibble is related to your timer and the lower nibble are related to your interrupts. Okay, so TF1, TR1, TF0, TR0. So TF1 is timer overflow flag for timer 1. TR1 is timer run bit for timer 1. TF0 is timer overflow flag for timer 0 and timer run bit for timer 0. So when you are making TR0 bit as 1, the specific timer will start. When you make it at 0, the specific timer will 0. Okay, stop. So this is the format for TCON register. Okay, so Next, we'll move on to the Keil window. The syntax will look like. First, you have to develop your header. We know that header file is needed for your Keil. So hash include reg51.h is your header file. Then you have to declare your delay function. So like we have to initialize your delay. Okay. And then your main function. Main is void main. Okay. Inside your main function, like follow the flowchart which we have discussed previously. We have to make a particular pin. In the diagram, it is shown like port 1 zeroth pin to be high. Okay. And then we are calling a delay, and then we are making the same pin as low. Okay. And then again calling a delay. Then your delay subroutine. Okay. Here you have to declare your delay function, and inside your delay function, you have to initialize your T mode register. Okay. So which timer, which mode, all things we have to initialize here. And the value which you found out in the calculation for 5 milliseconds should be loaded inside your timer registers. Okay. And then we have to start your timer, and using the status bit, the timer overflow flag bit should be keep on monitored. So once it is set to 1, we have to stop our timer and clear our overflow flag. Okay, so after this subroutine has been completed, executed, and then we'll go back to your main function. So this process will be keep on repeated. Okay, so here I'll show this is your structure, and I will show the main program. So here your header file and your delay function, your main function, port pin is high and then it is low. Here delay function is called. Whenever delay function is called, it will go back to the delay value. Okay, here the timer mode and this respective timer is selected, and your registers are loaded, and you started your timer. You keep on checking your status of the overflow flag. While if this condition becomes true, it will come back. Okay, so we are clearing the overflow flag and we are clearing the timers. So here I'll show you the output. So in Keil, I just want to show the coding part. So your header file, your function declaration, and your here comes your main program, and your delay subroutine is called whenever this function is executed. So I have checked for errors. It is 0 error and 0 warning. So 0 error, 0 warning. Now just I'll go back with your debugging. So when you click on debug, so first I want to have selected my parallel port as well as your timer counter 0 from peripherals. So here is your timer 0, and in your IO I have selected port 1. In addition to this, in order to view a square wave, click on the analysis window. Okay, so when you click on, this is what you got, and click the setup. Initially nothing will be available, and what is the port you have used in the program, you select accordingly by using this option, insert new. So here I want to select my port 1, so I can able to select the colors, so that colorful waveforms I will get, and then close it. When you run your code, you will get a waveform. Okay, and suppose if I want to see bit by bit 0 to 1 to 0 also, I can able to see, or else state, high state, low state, if I want to check also, it is possible. So I'll be using this analog feature, so that exact output I just got when I execute the program. And the other way is by using your parallel port. So there will be a on off status in your respective port, and your delay will be 5 milliseconds. And here your TH and TL registers will be keep on incremented from WE00 to FF. When it reaches FF, again it will roll back to 00. So this will be keep on repeating. It is written in a while loop condition, it will be keep on repeating. So this is how the outputs are verified. So in your coding, you can change your delay and corresponding hexa value you can able to find out and load into the registers, and you can vary the width of the square wave. Okay, so on time can be in one width and off time can be in the other width. So you can write two different delays and call alternatively. Okay, so on time can be of higher duration, off time can be lower duration. So these are the variant of the coding you can able to develop with this knowledge. Okay,